Are we live? We should be live. Let's double check. Oh shit. Gotta use a different. Hang on. Let's change that. Actually, you know what? Whatever. We'll keep that. It's kind of funny. No one's here yet. It's all good. But if you're here and you're listening, what I'm talking about is my thumbnail for today is a little silly. It's from a long time ago. So you know what? It is what it is. Let me set up my chat. That should work there. This should work here. Let's do a little test here. Hello, world. Cool. It all shows up. All right. Just gonna get these out to the socials and we'll go. The picture is so funny. I'm excited for this stream. It's gonna be fun. I haven't done this in a while. It's a little dark. Hang tight. Does it look dark? No. Nah, we're chilling. Let's go back to 1. Okay. Gonna post this, tell everyone we're live, and then the show's gonna begin. It's exciting. Live now. Okay, no turning back. Okay. Now we wait. Now we wait. People should be tuning in. Yo, Quad Father. How we doing, baby? Clayton, what's going on, baby? Brian, welcome to the chat. Got my lucky football. Just gonna hang here, talk to the crowd, talk to the people until we get a couple guys in here. Then we're gonna start off Nikki Mays. And we're the Cleveland Browns. Why are we the Cleveland Browns? We are not the Cleveland Browns. But First, we're going to start off by recapping that Niners win. It was fantastic. We're going to move into next week, talk about the Texans matchup, talk about some trades for the Niners, talk about the Giants' potential new manager, talk about the Warriors opening night, and do a little bit of Q&A, do a little bit of Twitter browsing, whatever it may be. But I need you guys here to tell me if the stream crashes, if it's too loud, if something's wrong, whatever. You know the vibes. Why is it lucky? I don't know, man. No, honestly, I bought this ball, and it's the first like real, authentic, real leather football that I've bought probably in my lifetime. And I don't know if you know, but to break in a football takes some elbow grease. So I had to condition it. I had to put shaving cream on it. I had to rub it down with the brush. I bought mud from a specific river in Delaware. It's a whole ordeal. So that was fun. Appreciate everyone being here, man. Nikki Mays, Brian, we got Boba June. We love ball, Quad Father, Clayton, all you guys, man. I appreciate you so much. Player, what up, baby? It's my favorite mod. Yeah, if you guys aren't already in the Discord, make sure to hop in, say what's up. We got a good community that we're building over there. But if you guys are here from Instagram too, it's also great over there. Thank you all so much for being here. So, Ken, how we doing, baby? God, this is awesome. This is so cool getting you guys all in here. What do you say we jump right into the football, huh? Watch that recap of the game. Let's do it. Uh-oh. Not a good start. There it is. All right. We'll pause that music. All right. Shall we? Let's get right into it.
Robinson, the motion man, looking that way, throwing a Bijan.
All right, we got to turn these subbies off. But, dude, going into this game, I was a little bit concerned. A little bit concerned. Not a ton, but I mean, it's the Falcons, dude. Anytime you're facing Brian Robinson, it's a task. That was bad. That was bad. And that feels like something that's been consistent with this team, obviously, is the line just cannot pass protect, and it pisses me off. And poor Mac Jones. Just negative scrambling ability, can't do anything about it. But you know what, dude? Guy's tough as nails. Tough as nails. The score didn't tell the whole story. No, it didn't. It was actually a very close game if you look at the stats from both teams. Mac. We're going to get into Christian McCaffrey. Don't you guys freaking worry. He's the best player in the world. He's the best player in the world. I don't know when healthy. He's not the healthiest player in the world. We obviously know that. Mac Jones better than Jalen Hurts? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
First down for San Francisco.
Also a big loss for them. Divine Diablo, they lost him for the whole game. Their front seven was not the same after that. It definitely helped us out, but no excuses, right?
Break here. Brian Robinson Jr. is the running back with Trent Williams.
Brian Robinson.
And Kyle Juszczyk out there to block.
You know, he's been good for what we needed him to do. I think we could be using him a little bit more. But like, I'm not disappointed. Mac almost died multiple times to get us to this point. Dude, he really did. That Rams game, I did not think he was going to get back up. I truly didn't. Anyway, back to the highlights. That's just a bad ball. That's a bad ball. B-Rob needs more touches. I agree. I think Brian Robinson could get a lot more touches, especially to preserve my man Malik Mustafa right behind me. Look at that. I'm not hiding anything. He's right there. See him? Yeah. He might be my favorite player on the team. But anyway, what was I just talking about? This is overwhelming, reading the chat and talking, whatever. Mac Jones, dude. He's tough as nails, man. That injury in LA, I don't know how he came back from that. But surprised we haven't used Garendo. That's what I'm saying too, man. I don't get that. He was so good, not so good, but he had so much potential last season, and he showed that he could play at the highest level last year towards the end of the year, and we just haven't used him at all. Sick that his name is Diablo. I know. I think he spells it with an E, but yeah. Is Garendo hurt? I don't think he's hurt, but he might be. Dude, I miss Fred so much. I miss him so much. Yeah, Garendo, he does fumble a couple times on kickoff. We're not talking about that. We got Sky Moore now.
San Francisco Hyena, Howell University.
Penix, man, he's got a strong arm. I feel like it looks so weird because he's lefty. It just feels like every lefty has bad throwing mechanics, but like if you reverse it, it's really not that bad. It's pretty standard. But he can play, dude. He can play. And he can run. But he doesn't run because I think he broke several bones or tore several ligaments in college at Indiana and Washington. Dude, no one moves like Bijan. No one moves like Bijan. So what do we think of JJ? I mean, he's obviously the reason why Mac threw that pick, which was super annoying. It pissed me off. And he is kind of pissing me off. But I still love him. I still love him to death because he's a Niner. But I think he kind of needs to get his shit together, both mentally and physically. He's obviously playing through a lot of injury, but like everyone is, you know, all these guys are, and we really need him to kind of pick it up, unless we're thinking of trading for a receiver. I don't know, but anyway, that's my little spiel on him.
Takes a lot of work and a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Second and 10 in the middle, complete.
Kyle Pitts had a great game. Talk about a guy that never reached his potential, dude. He's the highest drafted tight end in history. That's crazy. Look at the time. You tell me the Niners don't need to trade for another D end or D tackle or something. Damn, dude got taken out on the sideline. Kittle made the difference in the run game. Kittle absolutely made the difference in the run game. We can watch the video I made yesterday after this, but I talked about that a lot. When he was in the game, we were averaging, I think, 5.4 yards per carry. And when he was off the field, granted, I don't know how many times that was, we averaged 2 yards per carry when he was off the field compared to 5.4. And 2 yards per carry is probably similar to what we've been averaging in the run game up to this point in the season with Kittle off the field. It's just crazy how much of a difference he makes. And if you go back and watch the footy, you'll probably see it in some of these highlights. He makes big blocks, and he's so mobile. He can get to his points and just be an impact player even when he doesn't even touch the ball. 0 receptions, and he made the impact. Exactly. Samo had a big game, 5 pressures and a sack. You miss Kittle so much? Oh, man, we all did, Red and Gold Empire. Appreciate you being here. Boot. How's it? I know that's not the Niners kicker, but how good does it feel to have a kicker where you're not shitting your pants every time he takes the field? It's crazy. Once Kittle gets full throttle, offense is gonna be, dude. I mean, I think it's a fluke that he had no receptions. Great ball, dude. That play. I think if Jennings doesn't get shoestring tackled here, it might be a touchdown. Look at this. He has one man to beat. Saying.
He's never been anywhere close to that number. He's always been better than that.
CMC, dude. Have a freaking day. Have a freaking day. Koo had some bad moments. Yeah, no doubt. With Kittle, 1.4 yards per contact, 5.4 yards per carry, 28 touches, 139. It's unbelievable, dude. If Moody was still here, we'd probably be at like 3 and 4. Dude, there it is. That's exactly what we were just talking about. 100% not Mac's fault. He puts his ball where it needs to be. It's kind of a hospital ball, I guess. But no, I mean, he puts that ball where it needs to be. And, you know, Juwan just needs to be a little less scared, I think, at the end of the day. Because it hits him in both hands. He's jumping away from the ball. And I get it, dude. He's playing with broken ribs. That's going to freaking hurt really bad. But I don't know. Thankfully, at the end of the day, it didn't cost us really anything. I don't think they even scored on that next drive, and we won the game anyway, so all good. We thinking JJ's still thinking about that contract? Yeah, I think he definitely is. He's under an earn it year, but I'd be shocked if he's back with the Niners next year. Yeah, 3 now.
So the pressure came with D. Winters.
Warriors! We got a big day today, dude. Welcome to the chat, Airhead. That's not an insult, that's his name. Dude, I just can't speak highly enough of CMC. Right? I mean, rehab's all off season. He kind of tweaks it in the first week. Look at that, dude. Tell me he's lost a step. Tell me with a straight face that Christian McCaffrey has lost a step. I don't take you seriously if that's your actual opinion. Mac throwing darts. How many catches did Juwan have?
At the 44 pickup with the Rams, the Bills, Niners, of course, drafted by the Bears. 2nd and 14. Purdy out quick. Complete to the
My stream interrupted?
14-yard line, and it's Juszczyk.
Hang on. Is my stream down? I just got an email saying my stream is down. No. I've already blocked. Oh, am I blocked because I can't watch highlights? How dumb is that?
Let you know that. At the 2-minute warning, it is 3rd and 4 for
Whatever.
Mac Jones. Got some time, escapes to his left, looking and throwing to McCaffrey. Who
Great
goes
play.
to the 1-yard line.
Great play.
First and goal.
Dude, I mean,
McCaffrey comes free.
YouTube is kind of whack like that, but like,
Jones laid it out perfectly. Oblique injury
so can I
also
not
for Jones.
watch this at all?
All the time.
Are people not even able to see my stream? All right, I guess we can't watch that. One second here. Is it back? Let's check. Hang tight, folks. Hang tight. Hang tight. Is it back? Wow. It should fall under fair use. Still says stream is unavailable. Thanks, YouTube. Let's see. So, are you guys in chat? Can you still see me and hear me? Dude, what? Can you guys hear me or see me? This is so crazy. I can't believe you can't watch highlights on a stream. Let's see. Hang tight. Oh, we're back? Oh, we're back? Oh, thank God. Okay. The NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Can we give it up for them? Don't we just love that? You know what? This is no longer my favorite football. I'm just kidding, I love you. I put so much work into that football. All right. Well, that kind of kills the vibe a little bit. I was definitely gonna go through all those plays and stuff, but now we can't do that. And I'm sweating because I have a big ass light right in front of me. So I guess we'll move to the next piece. God, what a curveball. I was going to highlight some players in the midstream, but I guess we'll just talk about them here. How about Chase Lucas? Chase Lucas has been nice. And he had that one play on fourth down. First they make it so we have to like 10 subscriptions to watch their games. I know, man. Like, are they really worried about me? NFL, you're worried about me? I know it's all bots and AI and shit, but like, that's so frustrating. Whatever. Can I watch like plays on Twitter? Can I just say 49ers here and see what happens? Well, that's not the 49ers, but I'll take that. Anyway, I wanted to highlight some players with their stock going up right now, and I think Chase Lucas is a guy who played well last week, and he obviously had that huge play. I wonder if I'll get blocked here, but we'll see. It's super blurry. Yeah, it was 4th and 1. Dude, he should have picked that. I know for a fact he should have picked that, and he wants that one back so bad. Couldn't get it, but he got us off the field when he needed us to, or when we needed to get off, and that's a huge dub. That's a huge W. I say help the Raiders out by giving them JJ and draft capital back for Mad Max. I mean, who says no? Who says no besides the Raiders? I'd say yes. What, did I get blocked again? Again? I can't even go on Twitter? Dude, what is this? I can't even go on Twitter. Okay. All right. Then I mean, I don't even know. Oh, dude, that's just so funny to me. Whatever. At least I have the VOD, and I'm gonna upload that later, and we'll see what happens. But NFL, I'm not doing anything wrong. Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me at least? Probably not. NFL, I'm not doing anything. Just put my stream up. I won't watch any more clips. Your stream is no longer being blocked. Okay. All right. Yeah, baby. We're back. We are so back. Okay. Now we know what not to do, right? Should I try it one more time? Maybe. Tyler, welcome to the stream. The NFL keeps attacking me, and they're blocking my live stream because I'm trying to watch freaking clips. What is this, man? Are they threatened by me? A little 6'8", handsome and jacked, like streamer? Grab a controller and say it's Madden 26. I wish that worked. I wish that worked. And I'm also not 6'8", but I might be. That's what I'm saying. How do other channels do that? I need you guys to do some investigative journalism for me. 6'7". That's what the kids say. 6'7". NFL on the whiteboard has wanted to sign with Dylan. It's crazy, dude. I don't even... So much of this stream relied on being able to watch clips. Because now I don't even know like what I can do. I can't even go to Twitter and look at anything. That's something. All right, I guess we'll just stream Twitter, but if it's ever an NFL broadcast, we just won't watch it. Is that a jersey in the background? I'm gonna make a few calls, hopefully to get you banned for that too. Yeah, is that gonna get me banned back there? Is that a bannable offense, NFL? I know Steve Young, not personally, but I watched him play. Can you watch it without showing us? I mean, yeah, but doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? At least a little bit. But what's with the 6'7"? I remember being our jokes. I don't know, man. The kids are crazy these days. They come up with things that don't even make sense. All right. Well, anyway, Chase Lucas, I think, is a guy that stock is rising. You got the OG shiny starters in that Pokemon wall. I got some pretty good stuff in that Pokemon wall, but some of them aren't the original cards, but a lot of them are. Time to show off the cards. I could show off some of the cards. All right. Another guy I wanted to talk about who I can't show their highlights or anything is Bryce Huff, who unfortunately is now hurt, which is really, really dope. Really, really dope. What else is new? So JJ and draft capital to do Max Crosby. I mean, I wish, dude. I just don't think that's enough to get the job done. I think they would request. I mean, if the draft capital is a first round pick, maybe. But I doubt it. All right. We're going to try this again. We're going to be here. But if we see anything wrong, I guess I'm going to just have to bail super fast. What's the extent of the injury? 2 to 4 weeks? I think they just said multiple weeks. 2 to 4 probably feels like a good guess. Yeah, we could talk about the Tony Vitello deal. Let's do that, actually. That's a really good idea. Moving on to Giants baseball. Tony Vitello is apparently signing with the San Francisco Giants. The ball is in his court, and I want this to happen so bad. Big Tony coming to the Bay. From orange to orange. I love this guy because he's gritty and he's a winner and he's young and he brings fire and that energy to the team that we so badly need. Watch MLB come after Dylan too. I would not be surprised whatsoever if I got in trouble for this too. But this is just a picture of a coach. Tyler, go A's. I got bad news for you, brother. I was reading this earlier. Tony Vitello's bio on Tennessee's website. He's just such a stud, dude. Since taking over at Rocky Top, Vitello has led the Big Orange to national prominence and helped establish Tennessee as a baseball national championship last year, 6 NCAA regional appearances, 5 NCAA super regional, and a trio of men's World Series appearances, 21, 23, and 24. Finally got the monkey off his back in 24. He's a winner. He's a good coach. And if he can get to the big leagues and he can have the guys respect him, which I think he will, I see no reason to have him not be our coach. What the heck? What the heck? Wait, what does this say about? Vitello coach Scherzer? Other notable MLB players coached by Vitello include Brandon Finnegan, Kyle Gibson, Aaron Crow, Andrew Benintendi, Ian Kinsler, and how long has he been a coach? Mad Max will sign with us if Vitello signs. Dude, I would love that. He'd be like Verlander, but better. Rather not sign Kyle Tucker, but I want Giants to sign him so Dodgers don't get him. I mean, dude, if he goes to the Dodgers, I'm gonna freak out. I need to see Tony choking out Drew Gilbert. Dude, that's another thing. He coached Drew Gilbert. There's already that synergy. And if he brings the energy, even 25% of what Drew Gilbert gives his team, I mean, that's all I want from a head coach. When he was assistant at Mizzou, he coached him. Okay. That makes sense. He's been a coach for 20 years. Dude, guy's a stud. Is music too loud? Might be a little too loud. Let's turn it down. I mean, 6 National Coach of the Year honors over 3 different seasons at Tennessee. How does that make sense? 6 awards in 3 seasons? Huh. Recruited and developed 10 first-round picks in its tenure with the Vols, including NCAA leading and program record 4 first-rounders in the 2025 MLB Draft, led by their number 5 overall pick, pitcher Liam Doyle. Not too shabby. And our top pick played for him at Tennessee. Oh yeah, true. In last year's draft, right? Darft. What do we have? We had like 11, 15, 13. Yeah. Gavin. People are not very high on Gavin. Which is kind of a shame. I hear that he just does nothing great, but does like everything pretty well. Maui Ahuna? Are we talking about some kind of friggin' Hawaiian dish? Sounds like a fish dish. Gavin Killen. It's a run on Gavin's. After 2 years at Louisville, Kylan moved to Tennessee and had a big year with a 1.112 OPS. He played shortstop in the past, but he profiles better as a second baseman. He's made a ton of contact from the left side and has a chance to be an outstanding hitter with some pop, though he can be too aggressive at the plate. I don't mind the aggression at the plate. He's a prospect in our system compared most to Brandon Crawford. Anyone that draws comparison to Brandon Crawford, I think, is going to be pretty legit. Man, I'm so bummed we can't watch any highlights. I got to look into that for next stream. I'm planning on doing this a few times a week. Maybe Tuesdays and Fridays for now. Try to get like 2 to 4 hours in on streaming, talking to you guys and going over my views on the team and different sports, whatever. But I love that you guys are being active in the chat. It makes this whole process work a lot better. Crawford was a dog. Yes, he was. But if I had my way, I'd sign Schwarber, Bellinger, and a couple mid-rotation starters. I mean, Schwarber had a career year. He's going to demand a large contract. Large contract. Borderline MVP numbers. Right? Schwarber stats. I mean, 56 jacks, 132 ribbies, 23 doubles, 111 runs, 145. And I don't know why I went to this. Yeah, dude. That's a career year for him. That's by far the best year of his career. Why did the stream go off? YouTube problems? Dude, I mean, ask the NFL. They entirely just shut me down, which is real dope. Who's going to win the series? If it's not the Jays, I'm going to freak out. Could pay $400 plus for Tucker when you can split that money for Bellinger and Schwarber and one of the. I think Schwarber might cost more than you think. But Bellinger shouldn't. I don't know. You think we can get Bellinger for like 100 and Schwarber for like 300? So I feel like that's what's going to happen. Schwarber's only... Oh, he's 32, actually. I don't think he'll get that big of a deal. No way he's only 230, right? I mean, they could be a chance to get Freddie Peralta mid-season. Yeah. Why do you say mid-season? Was he injured? That's someone who I like a lot too. Freddie P. Have a year. Jeez. 270 ERA, 1.08 whip with 204 strikeouts. Over 33 starts. That's a fantastic year. People are speculating Schwarber will last for 150 or so. 4-year 150-ish. That makes sense. Was that like 45 mil a year or something like that? No, not injured. I mean during the trade deadline. That's true. Is he not a free agent? I thought I was hearing a little buzz from the bees that he's a free agent. Maybe not. But yeah, man. I really hope this Tony Vitello deal goes through. Let's see what people are saying. As a lifelong Bulls fan, I think Tony Vitello should take the job. This guy's so funny. Trevor, he's definitely not a lifelong Bulls fan. If you, I heard he may be a free agent in 2026 season. Okay. Give Bonds a 6-month prep time to come to DH. You know what's funny about Barry Bonds? I think he ended his career with 2,997 hits, or it was some number would just piss me off. Well, I mean, the hits, he's 65 away. That's not exactly what I was talking about, but he's 65 hits away from the 3,000 club. And he's 4 away from 2,000 RBIs. If that was me, my OCD would take over and I would have to play one more season. Literally until I hit just that RBI number. I'm fine with the hits being where they are. Actually, no, I'm not. I would play until I got 65 hits and 4 RBIs. I would have to. Wouldn't be mad at some belly bombs into the Cove. I mean, I hated Bellinger when he was on the Dodgers, but since he's left, he's been pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. Bonds wanted to play in 2008 and no one offered him a deal. What a shame. I should have personally offered him a deal for my wiffle ball team. If he didn't get blackballed, could have had 800 home runs. I agree. If he didn't play in AT&T Park, Oracle Park, Pac Bell Park, whatever you want to call it, I mean, he's probably looking at 800 plus. You don't think he can get 38 more home runs? I do. He'd be way past that if he wasn't walked every time. Exactly, dude. Look at these gold numbers. Intentional walk, 688. Second place is probably not even above 200. Just walks in general, no, I don't think anyone's above probably 1,500. And a 162.8 WAR. The guy is just the greatest there ever was, and I don't want to hear anything otherwise. Crazy considering he had an OPS over 1,000 in 2007. I mean, that is insane. Yeah, what the hell? In 2007, the last year he played, he had a 3.4 WAR, was 42 years old, 132 walks. He hit 276 with a 1.045 OPS. I mean, baseball was a little different back then. People used to rake all the time, but that is beyond serviceable. I don't know. Maybe he was just asking for too much and wasn't down to play for less. So, I mean, clearly he wasn't. I say in the 2026 offseason, the Giants should get the best pitcher right now, which is Skubal. How do you even say it, dude? For the longest time, I thought his name was Tariq Skubal, but I think I was wrong. I feel like it'd be difficult to find someone. Yeah. 169 OPS plus to control 4 year. I mean, dude. 2000 to 2004 is the best stretch anyone's ever had in baseball. 51 WAR in a 5-year stretch is just dumb. Skubal. No team won on distraction? Yeah. MLB would be whack for blackballing the roid players after they single-handedly save baseball. I mean, not only did they single-handedly save baseball, they're just extremely inconsistent. There are guys in the MLB Hall of Fame who have used steroids. You're telling me David Ortiz never used steroids? Big Papi? Pudge Rodriguez? What are we talking about? Skubal. I think he was willing to play for the minimum. Okay, so he was willing to play for the minimum, but people just didn't want the distraction. I guess I get that. Hot take, but I think roid players should be in the Hall of Fame. You still have to. I agree, dude. You can't just take steroids and immediately become Barry Bonds. You would be just bad at the game. You still have to be electric at the plate. Bud Selig is in the Hall of Fame, who knowingly turned a blind eye to steroids for years. Yeah, that feels a bit backwards now, doesn't it? You're not allowing guys who use steroids. You knew they were using steroids. You didn't get them in trouble until much later. But that guy is in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. Make that make sense. That feels silly. We also have Babe Ruth, who played against plumbers and electricians. Don't even get me started on the Babe Ruth argument. People think he's so good at baseball, and he was. He was good for his time. But like Brian said, he was playing against very, very bad competition, and the comparison is just not there. You cannot compare it. Babe Ruth probably never saw an 85 plus mile per hour fastball in his life. There, I said it. Babe Ruth was fantastic against the guys he played against. If he played in the modern day, he would be terrible. If Barry Bonds played in the 1920s, he would have 6,000 home runs. And I don't think that's an understatement. I really want to see Hunter Pence in the Hall of Fame. I would cry. I mean, that'd be sick, but he feels so fringe. I don't think he's gonna make the cut. If I took Rosy Jack to be a crappy baseball player, you and me both, Red and Gold Empire. Nah, I was decent at baseball, actually. The game was played so different. Dude, so different. Speaking of that era, Joe McGinnity. What a name. Joe McGinnity. Is he friends with Quagmire? Is such an underrated giant. Let's talk about that. Joe, how do you spell it? Ginnity. Buster Posey is no doubt a Hall of Famer. Let's look at this guy. Thank you, Ken, for the suggestion. Make that a little bigger. Is that too big? Let's go down one. Can you guys read that? Can you see that well enough? Might be a little hard to see. Joe McGinnity. Whoa. Born in 1871, Cornwall, what is that, Illinois? And died in 1929 at 58 years old. Not a very long lifespan back then. In Brooklyn, New York. New York. Compare him to Babe. I don't think I'm going to compare this guy to Babe. I mean, Babe Ruth would be better at everything. Oh, this guy pitched too. Oh, was he only a pitcher? Okay. Take a step back. Relax, Dylan. Holy. 1903, he had a 12.2 WAR. Pitched 430 innings. No one was a strikeout pitcher back then, which is so funny. Sorry if you guys hear that. I think someone's mowing the lawn outside my, literally right outside my window. Never mind what, Rocket Bear? Oh, compared to Babe. Okay. Yeah, no, this guy was a stud. What? He had a FIP in the 2s from 31 to 37. He retired with a 2.78 FIP. A K per 9 of 2.8 though is just unplayable in today's game. 434 innings pitched in the modern day NL record. That's the NL record right there? I don't know if I call that modern. 1903. Funny enough, I'm allergic to fresh cut grass. Lol. They'll come after me, but not a huge baseball guy. Could you explain WAR? Sure, we can dive into that. What is WAR in baseball? WAR stands up for wins above replacement. So basically, it's a sabermetric statistic that estimates how... Relax, Dylan. A sabermetric statistic that estimates a player's total value to their team by calculating how many more wins they provide compared to the replacement level player. So how much better are they than the average guy that would be playing in their position? So basically what that means is Joe McGinnity in 1903 was responsible essentially for 12.2 wins added to his team's total just by himself. Think about that. Speaking of underrated giants, Pagan, Andres Torres, Gregor Blanco. Oh, they were all great. Julius, welcome to the chat. I don't know if I've seen the chat yet. Is Tony Vitello to the Giants official or still in the works? Last I checked, I haven't seen anything saying that it's official. All I know is Tennessee really wants him to stay. Tennessee really wants him to stay. You'd rather watch women's basketball than this? Tony Vitello and his baseball program brought me more happiness and all. Am I going to get banned for like showing that highlight? I just don't know. I truly don't know. I can't believe we already got shut down 2 times, dude. That's so frustrating. Tony Vitello addressed the crowd at the end of the scrimmage. Thank y'all. We got a meeting. What's he say here?
Thank you, coach. Love you, coach. Love you, coach. Love you, Tony.
I mean, that feels kind of like he's leaving. He's definitely leaving. He's definitely leaving.
We'll see you in February.
What's in February? Baseball starts for them? For reference, Buster Posey had a 7.6 WAR as a career high in one season. Exactly. 7.6 is phenomenal. That's an all-star, borderline, probably MVP caliber WAR. A 12.2 if you're not winning the MVP. Let's actually check that. Did he win MVP, Joe McGinnity, that season? No. He didn't win anything. Did they even have an MVP? Let's see. 1903 MVP of baseball. I can't type it all. Baseball. Just type MLB. There was no MVP in 1903. Got to the bottom of it that fast. So look at that. Use Mero Petit. I think that's who you're talking about. Oh yeah, it's right there in the chat above him. 7.6 was an all-star year for Buster. What was his what was Buster's WAR the year he won MVP? Now I'm curious. That was his MVP season. What a season. All-Star, MVP, Silver Slugger, and a World Series championship. We shouldn't look at his hitting stats that season in the playoffs, though. Not ideal. Who has the greatest WAR in one season in MLB history? That's a good question. If I had to guess, I would say Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, maybe like Ted Williams. One of those names probably has it. Who do you guys think? What's your guess? If Buster didn't get hurt in 2011, who knows? Dude, I know. Maybe they changed their trajectory for the 2012 and 14 series wins. Maybe we wouldn't have won if he didn't get hurt. Works in weird ways. If the Warriors were to trade Kuminga to Sac, what would you want in return? Oh, I don't even know. We'll get to that in a second. I was going to talk about Warriors basketball in a little bit. 20.2 WAR? Hang on. Pause the freaking music. Take the hat off. Turn that shit backwards. Tim Keefe in 1883 had a 20.2 WAR? What are we talking about? Look at these guys, dude. They look like bandits. These guys they were robbing banks when they weren't playing baseball. You're telling me Charlie Buffington wasn't robbing banks? That guy robbed a bank at least 6 times in his life. Anyway, back to Tim Keefe. Was that his name? Where'd he go? I am blown away by this. How did I not know this? Tim Keefe. Why is it saying 19.9? Did he also hit? What year is that? 1883. And he had 0.3. That's crazy, dude. That's 619 innings pitched. Wow. 619 innings pitched with a 5.2 K per 9. That's actually kind of high. I think bold means that it led the league that season. Player led the league. A 5.2 K per 9 was leading. Baseball was just so different. This is so fascinating to me. Kirk Reeder. Fun story, actually. I once played catch with Kirk Reeder. I got invited something when I was super young. Got invited onto the field after the game. And the kids were supposed to play catch up the right field line. And I didn't have anyone to play with. And here comes Kirk Reeder. He came out of the dugout and we played catch. I must have been 10 years old or something. And I thought he threw so hard. And looking back on it, he was one of the slower pitchers in the MLB. But to me, that's one of my coolest memories ever. 98 games in a season, 1883. Yeah, back to this freaking guy, dude. What are we doing? Wait, there were only 98 games in a season in 1883 is what you're saying? I thought you were saying he played 98 games. Damn. So he should even have a higher WAR. Awesome memory. Yeah, man, I thought it was sick. Kirk Reader. Good old Woody. Foul balls didn't count. What? Foul balls didn't count as strikes? Ken Kaufman, ladies and gentlemen, bringing data and analytics and information to the chat. That's insane. Freaking nuts. Charlie Buffington, that guy scares me. Anyway, so Tony Vitello, great manager, obviously super successful in his time at Tennessee, even before that, when he was at Arkansas and then TCU and then Missouri. And I'd be pretty freaking pumped if the Giants got him. I think it would be the last missing piece that we really need to get over that hump. Lincecum Prime started in 2010. Yeah, I think if Lincecum had his prime year starting in 2010 when the Giants were perfect. I mean, he was in his prime in 2010 though. But if he carried that prime through 2010 to 2014, who knows? Baseball history video with Dylan incoming. I mean, you know I love my historical videos. I'm really trying to keep it to football right now, at least for the short form content stuff. I remember doing the Dusty Baker baseball camp, and I got to meet Dusty Baker on the first day of camp. What a guy. Did you show him that you can eat a toothpick vertically as well? That always freaked me out. National League started counting foul balls as strikes in 1901. AL adopted the rule. How can the AL and NL play by different rules? I mean, I guess they did for a long time with the DH. Would you rather have Tim Lincecum's peak with Nolan Ryan's longevity or Ichiro Suzuki's contact with Bond's power? Would you rather have Tim Lincecum's peak with Nolan Ryan's longevity? So what? That's like 30 years. Let's break this down. Nolan Ryan played baseball for 27 years. So over that 27-year period, I would be Tim Lincecum that whole time. And then Ichiro Suzuki's contact with Barry. I think I'd have to go Ichiro's contact with Bond's power. Imagine 262 hits, which I think is the number. He has the record, 262 hits in a season, which is nuts. And you're hitting like 25% of those as bombs. That's like 80 home runs. Let's crunch those numbers real quick. No, probably more than that. 262 times 125. Oh, it's only 65 bombs. Huh. I don't know. That's a really good question. Love the football content. Has never agreed to someone more. Appreciate you, Red and Gold, man. I put my heart and soul into those videos, man. So it feels good that people appreciate and like them. Ichiro Bonds all day. I agree. Ichiro's one of the greatest hitters ever. Yeah, his peak. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Really good question. But now I think we should tailor it. We should swivel on back a little bit, back to football. But I don't know how we can do that without watching any clips. It's gonna make things a little difficult, but you know what? We're gonna overcome. I talked about Chase Lucas. I talked about Bryce Huff. I talked about Samo a little bit. Matt Hennessy, when he came into the game. Oh, Tony Gwynn contact. We're still talking about baseball, Quadfather. Matt Hennessy, when he came into the game, the run game just took off. And I feel like, why can't I think of his name? Quarterback. Why can't I think of the 49ers quarterback? What is happening in my brain? What is happening? Gonna have to hop off here heading into the last work meeting. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Mac Jones. Why the fuck can I think of Mac Jones? My God. McCorkle. Would you have Niners get Jermaine Johnson or Bradley Chubb? Appreciate the chat, Dante. Probably Bradley Chubb. I feel like he's a higher ceiling, but I haven't really dived in or dived. Divin? I don't know. Haven't really thought about that too much, but gut tells me Bradley Chubb. New game. Whenever Hennessy's name gets dropped, we drink a shot of Hennessy. Now that's a game I can get down with. If the DH rule was never adopted by the National League, you think Shohei still goes to the Dodgers? I think most definitely, yeah, because he would still, like, you could still hit your pitchers, you know? It was just a choice that you were allowed to make. So I think if Shohei was, why are we talking about the freaking Dodgers, first of all? Second of all, yeah, I think he still would have gone to the Dodgers because they just had the biggest offer. And they already had, well, no, they didn't have, did they have any Japanese players when he went to LA? I don't remember. I think we're good on linebackers, just need 1 or 2 defensive ends by the trade deadline. Yeah, I think we need to trade for a defensive end, maybe a defensive tackle. What is this song? It's like one that I use. Hang on. Oh, we can listen to funk. Yeah, I think we're good on linebackers. Maybe, actually, now that I think about that, Tatum Bethune got kind of bonked around a little bit last game. I think he's fine. He played the rest of the game just fine, but I mean, we are kind of running thin there. Can we just donate our toe to Brock Purdy? See, that's what I'm saying. I would do that in a heartbeat. I'd give him all 8 of my toes. I only have 8 toes. What do you think the Niners will get for one of the wide receivers? What do you mean? Like if we trade Juwan Jennings and our hamstring to Huff, yeah, dude. Give my ankle to Fred. Can't wait to see Nick Martin. Saw him out there a few times last week. He was on special teams only, I think. But yeah, man, that dude is just, he's built, bro. He is built. And he could fly around the field. Oh shit, I guess I can go back here. Who's going to replace Huff for the time being? I think the Niners have to get on the horn right now. I think they need to get out there and make a move. Because Huff was balling last week. What, he had 5 pressures, he had a sack, he had multiple tackles, was just a force off the edge all day. And now he's going to miss multiple weeks. I think this is where the Niners need to reach out. I think they need to hit up the Dolphins. I think they need to hit up the Jets, the Saints, the Titans, the Giants, the Raiders. Anyone that's kind of bottom tier and kind of on the verge of being done for the season, I think the Niners need to hit up. And that brings me to my next point. I want to do a power ranking of all the teams up to week 7 or through week 7 and see where we land. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Bada bing, bada boom. JJBA for new strength and conditioning coach. God, I'm not talking about the strength coach. We got Stone Blant today with some time. He could be pretty good. He could be all right. Oh my God, Chris Borland. I miss that guy so much. He could have been electric. All right, gonna take a sip of this water. Make sure you guys are hydrating too. And now, I think there's no better time than to power rank. What the heck's going on? Gotta make it nice and visible for you guys right there. Let's power rank the teams in the NFL. Shall we? We're going to go through in order that the teams show up, kind of throw them in, work them around, talk about them, see where they land, see how you guys feel, see how I feel, and we'll go from there, all right? Capiche? Capiche. Born the greatest one-year rentals ever. Yeah, he definitely was. Starting with the Saints. I mean, Super Bowl favorites, right? Good. They are absolutely in the contention for #1 pick. Oh, thanks for checking in, Red and Gold. Yeah, I had a fever on Saturday and Sunday, and I feel like I'm superhuman because it's gone. It's gone now, and I feel great, and I'm good enough to stream. So here we are. Dolphins are trash. The Dolphins are not good. Tua is not the is not the solution. He's not the answer that everyone thought he was going to be. And it's a shame because they have a lot of talent. They lost Tyreek Hill, which was really brutal for them. But you know what? That's just, it's not enough. It's not an excuse. So they're definitely down there at the bottom. And I think Mike McDaniel's going to be gone. I think Tua's going to get benched in a few weeks. It's a nightmare, and we had kind of all expected it. Here's something we didn't expect. The Ravens. Not good, dude, but we know that they're a good team. So I don't know what to do here. They've missed out on a lot of players. They've had injuries. Niners had have had a bunch of injuries too. But I think once Lamar comes back, this is a good team. But I'm like right here because they're 1-5 right now, I think it was. I guess I'll put them here at a wild card team, which feels so crazy because coming into the season, Ravens were a Super Bowl favorite. I probably would have put them at Super Bowl favorite. They're stacked from top to bottom, and they just kind of beefing it right now. On to the Bengals. I just think missing Joe Burrow is too big of a it's right here. It's too big of a task to overcome. I don't think they're going to make playoffs, but I think they're a little bit better with than mediocre. So I'll put them in missing playoffs tier. Ravens have an uphill battle for sure. Yeah, man. I don't know how they'll overcome it. Jordan, welcome to the chat. Raven, Lamar are trash. Niners without half our team are still elite. I know. That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about the Broncos. The Broncos are a very interesting case because they kind of suck, but then all of a sudden they're good. Like that game last week, funny enough, against both these teams, the Giants and the Broncos, was probably the game of the year. It was bonkers. And Bo Nix looked pretty good, but at times he really didn't. And I just don't know. But I'm going to say they're a playoff team. But the Chiefs are in the division. So we're going to put them in a wild card. Wild card it is. The New York Giants, I think, are actually better than people think. I had them as one of my surprise teams coming into the season. And they've kind of done that. Not when Russ was their quarterback, but as long as they have Jackson Dart back there. My goodness, dude, he is something. I'm going to put them right here with the Bengals. I think the Bengals are a little bit better. Mind you, if they had Joe Burrow, I would put them as a playoff team. But they don't, so they're not. The Giants, I think, are a team that are actually going to be really good in a few years. They got Cam Scatteraboo. They got Jackson Dart. Malik Neighbors is out for the season, but once he's back, dude, that offense can roll. They have a nasty front seven defensive line specifically. I think they're just an exciting young team. Giants are going to get so close to the playoffs and get their fan base hyped and barely miss it. I know. I have that same feeling. Giants with a couple pieces could be serious contenders. I agree. I fully agree. I think the Giants are really close to being something special, which is why I don't understand when people are like, oh, the Niners are going to trade Juwan Jennings to get Kayvon Thibodeau, like this, that, and that. If I'm the Giants, I'm not trading anything. I understand they have depth at the defensive line, but as we've seen with the Niners, like, you just never know when you're going to need that depth and need to dive into the people who aren't starters that are now going to be starters. So I think this is a safe spot for them to be. I think they eventually are going to be climbing that chart very, very quick. The Vikings. The Vikings are another interesting case. I think they're a playoff team or a potential wild card. They look good against the Eagles, but I don't think the Eagles are as good as they were last year. Who's even in their division? Who's in the Vikings division? I'm so bad at remembering the divisions. It's the Vikings. It's the is that the Eagles and Cowboys? No. Vikings, Lions, Bears. Something like that. Scatabo speedrun CT. I know he is. We're going to put the Vikings as potential wild card, but the leading wild card. Packers, Bears, Lions. Okay. Yeah, so that's a tough division. So we're going to put them right there. I think that's safe. And you know what? I'm going to put the Broncos ahead of the Ravens too. On to the Rams. I hate the Rams. They disgust me. But this isn't about being biased. This is about being truthful. They're a playoff team and maybe even Super Bowl contender. If Matt Stafford can stay healthy, I mean, he's like the pretty much leading the charge in MVP. Him and like Daniel Jones, maybe. I think he had 17 touchdowns and 2 picks. I mean, they're just good. They have a really good defense. When Puka comes back, I mean, that just adds so much to the receiving core. Kyron's a great running back. They got Devontae Adams too. They got good tight ends. I mean, they're just a really good team. I might even put them up. I'm going to put them up. I'm going to put them up to Super Bowl contenders, which kills me. But I think that's a safe place for them to be because they really are. I think they were in the NFC Championship last year and they lost to Philly, or it was the divisional round, but they almost beat Philly and Philly won the Super Bowl last year. And this year they're showing that they're just as good as last year, and they could be. I don't know if someone told you a year ago that Daniel Jones would be the top of the league. I know. He's balling, dude. He's absolutely balling. But anyways, that's where I would put the Rams. On to the Bucks. I think the Bucks are safely a playoff team. I think they're too hurt. I think Baker's a little bit too inconsistent. Yesterday he was overthrowing a ton of passes. I think he runs a ton, and he's just one injury away from shutting down that whole team. Mike Evans is gone. Godwin can't come back healthy. They've got Bucky Irving, who can't seem to get onto the field. Igbuka is unbelievable. But they have a great defense, and they're just a good team. But as we saw last night, I mean, they got routed by the Detroit Lions, so I don't think they're any higher or any lower. I think a safe playoff team is where they should be, and they'll probably win the division. I feel like they always do. The Lions, right up here. I think so. Super Bowl favorites feels kind of like an odd thing. Like you can only put one team there. I'm going to disregard that rule. We're going to put a couple teams there because I think there's a few teams that are the best teams in the NFL. And the Lions are one of them. Dan Campbell is a great head coach. I think he draws up some of the craziest plays we've ever seen. I don't know if that's him or his offensive coordinator, but they have some crazy things in the bag. They always go for it on 4th down. Jared Goff is more than capable at quarterback. They got ample weapons on the field. They have a great defense. They're just kind of the complete package right now, and I would not be surprised if they went to the Super Bowl. They're just very, very good. You really like Stafford until he joined the Rams? I think so too. I mean, I liked him when he was on the Lions. I thought he was tough as nails. He was great. He played through some of the worst years ever, but then he went to the Rams and I lost all respect. So next is the Bears. I think the Bears are right around here. I think they're better than people give them credit for. I just don't think Caleb Williams has it yet. So I'm going to put him right here. With actually the Bengals behind both of them. I think the Bengals without Joe Burrow for most of the year, they're just, it's such a hit. I think that's a safe spot for the Bears. Caleb Williams is pretty dang good. He just hasn't got it yet. Every time you see Dan Campbell talk, I just know he has coffee breath. Oh my God. That guy drinks like 1,200 milligrams of caffeine at least a day. That is not healthy. The Bears, great wide receivers. Got Luther Burden out of Missouri last year, I think it was, and they just have a lot of promise on the horizon. Now, on to the San Francisco 49ers. This is going to be interesting. Because as I said, this is not about being biased. This is about being truthful. Caleb Williams, fingernails. The San Francisco 49ers, I'm putting as Super Bowl contenders and in front of the Rams because we already beat them on the road with nobody. If the Niners can already be where they are right now at 5-2, 7 games into the season, without their quarterback, without their best receiver, their tight end was gone, they have linemen missing, they have Nick Bosa gone, they have Fred Warner gone, they just got Mustafa back. So many pieces across the board have been gone, able to compete, and I think that's just so much on their coaching. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is he should be coach of the year. If he's not, I'm going to riot. But I think this is a really good spot for them. They're definitely going to be a playoff team. And I see no reason why they can't be looked at as Super Bowl contenders. When Brock comes back, they're going to be better. When Pearsall comes back, they're going to be better. Ayuk is going to come back later at some point in the season. Things are looking very good for them. Robert Saleh changed everything on defense. I mean, my goodness, man. They're the real deal. Next, the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the scumbags of America. I think some of the worst people come out of that city. I hate them with a dying and burning passion. But with that said, I think they're also Super Bowl contenders. And I think they're right. I think this can really go anyway. But I think I'm going to lean Niners first. Because last time we saw them play, the Niners had their number and they dominated them. Blew them out of the water. But I hate them. I hate the Eagles. The Raiders. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put them as young and intriguing. I don't think they're going to get first overall pick. They've got a great running back in Ashton Genty. They've got Brock Bowers, who's been hurt a lot of the season. They're just not there yet. They're just not there yet. And I don't know if they ever will. I think Geno was one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made. Amen. Everything you said about the Eagles. Yeah, I know. 49er Media, how we doing, baby? Yeah, the Raiders are young and intriguing and borderline number one pick contention because they are just not good. Not good at all. On to the Packers. Bang. I think they're Super Bowl favorites. I'm not a big believer in Jordan Love. I don't think he's that good, but they have such a good surrounding cast. And the second they got Micah Parsons, I mean, they just became elite. They went from great to elite, or good to goodish great to elite. No question about it. Do well, hope all will do. Love the content. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the kind words. On to the Commanders. The Commanders are an interesting team as well. They're supposed to be really good. They just went to the NFC Championship. That's who it was. Them and the Eagles. They didn't pull it out, but they looked really good. And now this season, they're kind of struggling. They lost Eckler. Jaden Daniels is in and out, in and out, in and out. But I still think they're good enough to be looked at as a playoff team. Actually, maybe down here. Maybe right there. I think that's safe. Potential wild card. But then again, I forget who's in the freaking division. I think it's the... Oh, they're the Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, and whoever else is in that. That's safe. That's safe. Because the Eagles are going to win that division. Cardinals, not good. Mediocre at best. They're not really young either. They're not in the number one pick contention. Kind of a wash of a season for them, I must say. Steelers. Steelers are good. Steelers are really pretty good. Like right here. Actually, right here. Right there. That feels safe. They need a new quarterback, Kyler Stroud. Yeah, I mean, I think they've known for at least a few weeks now that Kyler is not the answer. They look way better with Trubisky, or not Trubisky. What's his name? He played on the Colts for the Patriots for all those years. Jacoby Brissett. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's a good spot for the Steelers. On to the Bills. If you asked me 3 weeks ago, I'm putting the Bills as Super Bowl favorites. But they lost to the Falcons. And we just beat the Falcons. But as long as Josh Allen is their quarterback and they have guys like James Cook and whoever else, I think this is a safe spot. Right here. Right behind the Rams. They could definitely get to the Super Bowl. And COD is coming out, so you know what that means. Yeah, that Kyler's not going to be paying attention to football. Okay. The Falcons. The Falcons are an interesting case again. Because they just beat the Bills and lost to the Niners. So, you know, you should put them right there, but there's no way they're that good. I think they're right... I think they're right there. Right there. I'm going to put them right there. That feels pretty good to me. Yeah. As long as Bijan is on that team, they have a shot. Definitely. He's the best in the game. Seahawks are good. Seahawks are definitely good. I'm going to put them probably right above the Bucs as a playoff team. Niners beat them in week 1. That was freaking awesome. Wild card at best for Falcons? Yeah, I think so too. I didn't want to admit preseason how good the Seahawks were. I didn't believe in them. But their defense is legit. Sam Darnold is looking pretty good. Jackson Smith and Jigba is, I mean, borderline the best receiver in the NFL all of a sudden. Sky's kind of limit for them. But the Niners and Rams being in the same division, they're not going to win that division. But they are going to be a playoff team. A borderline wildcard team, I guess, but they're better than all of these teams, so I'm going to put them here. Darnold's balling out. Yeah, dude. Darnold has been good since he came through the Niners. Niners just have a great way of making quarterbacks become good all of a sudden. Sorry, I was looking at one thing. On to the Patriots. I think the Patriots are sick. The Patriots are definitely sick with Drake May. Zach Wilson needs to come here too. Zach Wilson would have his career fixed if he went to the Niners. But the Patriots, bro. The Patriots are very, very interesting. You think the Seahawks made a good choice with the new head coach, but hope they lose anyway? Yeah, I think it's an astute observation. Late season Darnold collapse is inevitable, though, let's be honest. Probably. I mean, we saw what happened last year when they went to the playoffs when he was on the Vikings. Patriots are back because we know action is going to... Yeah, Patriots are super back. But the question is, where do I put them? My gut tells me to put them right here behind the Bucs. But are they actually better than the Steelers and the Vikings? And even like all of these teams? Maybe. Good head coach. Great quarterback. Decent running backs. Some wide receivers. I think it all kind of runs through the quarterback, and Drake May is kind of the guy. Drake May is the guy. We're going to put him right there. Shabloink. Browns. The Browns are going to brown. There's not much left to be said about them. I think they're going to put in Shadur soon. At least check and see how he is for, playing at the highest level, because Dylan Gabriel's not really cutting it. Which is kind of a shame because I like him. He's an Oregon Duck. But the NFL is just a different beast, and he's just not really getting it done yet. And that's okay. He might need time to develop. But also, I think it's worth it for them to see what they got. You know what I mean? So, anyway. The Texans, I think the Texans are not good. I think the Texans are right here. They're going to miss the playoffs. I think Stroud is a bad quarterback. I think their offense is an absolute mess. They just lost Nico Collins yesterday to a concussion. They're slowly falling apart, but the only saving grace on why they could potentially be a playoff team is their defense. I think they have the number one defense in the league according to EPA right now, which does mean something, but your defense can only do so much. And they got dominated by the Seahawks last night. Texans have a solid defense. Yeah, yes, they do. Send Gabriel to us will probably develop into a beast backup. I think we would too, but I think it also would cost a lot to get right now. The Chiefs, as much as it kills me to say, dude, I think they're right there. I think they're probably arguably like the greatest team in the NFL, as long as they have a healthy Patrick Mahomes. And, they got that criminal at wide receiver, and Hollywood Brown and Travis Kelce's even showing some signs of life. They have a good defense. I love Nick Bolton. I think he plays the game extremely well. Just a pretty damn good team. And they got pretty much the best coach in the league too. It's the perfect situation. And obviously that kills me to say, but you know what? This is about not being biased. As I said, Chiefs right up there. Cowboys, another team that pisses me off to say is good, but the Cowboys are good out of nowhere. Their offense is just zipping around. I mean, Dak is playing MVP caliber level football. Pickens is fantastic. CeeDee Lamb is great. Javonte Williams is running the ball super well. They just lost Micah, obviously, in the offseason, but I think they're a good enough team to make the playoffs, which is crazy to say, because in the preseason, I would have guessed they would have won 6 games this year. I thought it was going to be a mess, but no. They're actually pretty good. Chargers. Talk about a team that was supposed to be super good. Week 1, they beat the Chiefs on the road. They had a couple more wins after that, and then injuries happened. They just can't really get it together. I do think they're a playoff team. Maybe right here behind the Cowboys. NFC's wide open. I hate Dallas, but they should make the playoffs. I know. That's what I'm saying. The NFC is wide open. Wide open. And I hope the Niners can just take advantage of it. But I think that's a pretty safe spot for the Chargers. Let's talk about the Jets. The good old Jets. Maybe right there. Maybe we'll do this. I mean, they're always in the number 1 pick contention. And I don't know what it is about them, but they're just always cursed. And I think they'll always be cursed for as long as time is a thing. And I don't know why. I truly don't know why. They should have been good for years now, but they can never hit on their picks. They can never keep guys healthy, or maybe they can. I don't even know. Their coaches are always in a fucking roundabout. Jets belong in college. Jets do kind of belong in college. Their owner throwing Fields under the bus hard today. What'd he say? I must have missed that. But yeah, Jets can't really get it together. We know that. And they're just going to live here until they prove otherwise. The Panthers are an interesting team. And I actually think they're very close to being good. They got good wide receivers. They have a good running back room. Some studs on defense. They just got Tet McMillan, who's a beast. But Bryce still hasn't really proved himself yet, and he's hurt. I think they're missing playoffs, and I think they're right here. I think they're better than the Cardinals, worse than the Bengals. We should have the worst team in the NFL play the best college team. I think the worst NFL team would beat the best college team by 30 points, minimum. That if Fields could make plays, they'd win. Oh my God. I mean, but is he wrong? Is he wrong? Fields hasn't really been like all that great. I don't know. The Titans. Talk about a team that just can't get it together either. They're right here at the bottom. But they could be put into this young and exciting, or young but intriguing level. But I don't think they're yet. Because Cam Ward hasn't really gotten his time to shine. I think Cam Ward will be good, but he's not there yet. So we're going to let him develop. Leave him in the number 1 pick contention spot. The Jets forgot how to win. Have they ever known how to win ever? Since like 1901 when they had that one good season and won the championship? I feel bad for them. The Colts. This is going to surprise people. Or maybe it won't. I think the Colts are the best team in football. There, said it. I think the Colts have the best chance to win the Super Bowl. I think Daniel Jones is finally getting his time to shine in an organization that's not just a mess. They have Jonathan Taylor, who's playing like the greatest football player ever. He's consistently scoring touchdowns. I think he has the most touchdowns, most yards on the season. They got a good receiving room, a good offensive line. They have a great defensive line. They're just kind of a full, complete team. And I think they have a really good chance at winning the Super Bowl. And my favorite year of football was 2006, and the Colts won the Super Bowl that year. LaDainian Tomlinson won the MVP that year. It was the perfect year for football. Go back and look at the stats. Go back and look at games. You'll agree with me. Colts are nasty. Yeah. Colts are a big surprise. No one saw this coming. No one saw the Colts being this good, but here we are through week 7. Taylor has like 2 times the amount of touchdowns as the second most player. Doesn't surprise me. I feel like Jonathan Taylor puts up 30 plus points in fantasy every freaking week. It's crazy. Last but not least, we got the Jaguars, who I think are good. I mean, they beat the Niners. I think they're good, and hats off to them. But I think they're playing kind of above where they actually should be. So we're going to put them... I feel like this is a safe spot. Like they could be a playoff team. Yeah. We're going to leave it right there. What do we think? I think it's a pretty dang good list. I'm pretty happy with that. And I think the only gripe that people would have with this is where the Niners are. Which I get it. But also I don't get it. Because how is a team who's lost 1,000 souls this good still? It's because they have great coaching and they can rely on almost anyone to win the game. And once they get those players back, not Bosa and Fred Warner, obviously, but once they get those guys back, I think that's a perfect spot for them. I think this is, I'm really, really happy with this list, actually. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. So screenshot that. Screenshot this and share it on Twitter and see what people say. All right. Here we are. Point to it like that. Oh. Yeah. Post that if you want or don't. I don't care. But there are other teams you mentioned that have some injuries that got downgraded, yet Kyle and co find a way to secure that W. That's what I'm saying. Other teams that have been injured, like the Ravens, have shown that they can't win without their guys. But the Niners can. And that's a big reason why they're up there. Being honest, surprised the Niners are that high with so many injuries. I mean, I agree. I see why people would feel that way. But the fact that they're 5-2, leading the division, one of the best teams in the NFC with all of those injuries, is why they're there. If they can do that with this roster, imagine what they can do with that roster. Niners could be Super Bowl favorites when healthy. Yeah, dude. I mean, if we still had everyone healthy, I would definitely put them at the top. Vibes are real high. Vibes are real high. This was a fun activity. If you're watching, if you're on YouTube and you come across this, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. It goes a long way. I appreciate it. Make sure you share whatever you see or clip. I don't know. Do something cool. But anyway, I guess I'll save that. We're going to download that image. There we go. Cool. I get that off my screen. What do we do now? What do we do now that we can't watch any clips on YouTube? Talked about Tony Vitello. Talked about some potential trades for the Niners. I didn't go that in depth, but the idea here is that I'd talk about a guy, we'd look at their highlights, we'd talk about it together, but can't do that because the NFL's scared of your boy. Now we wait for Vitello. Yes. Let's just wait. Sit like this. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, that's not on screen. It's watching this. Would this get me banned?
First and goal for the one. McCaffrey inside. Into the end zone.
Great job, great job. It's like the Madden truck stick. When no one's there, you just fall.
It's funny. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. You know what? It's not even that bad of a thing that my stream was suspended, because it's good to know what I can and can't do. Like, where are my limits? What should I be doing? What shouldn't I be doing? How can I, like, maybe evade these things? I don't know. If there's a way, if there's a will, there's a way. Who would you bring back from the Niners, any era in their prime, to play now? That's a really good question. Any player in their prime to play now. I mean, I think the obvious guys are like Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott. You know, those are the old guys. Then you got guys like Patrick Willis or Frank Gore, Navarro Bowman, Vernon Davis even. Terrell Owens. Oh my God. Oh, man. That's such a good... Let's break it down. So what do the Niners need most now? What is the Niners' biggest position that they need help at? I don't think it's quarterback. I don't think it's running back. I don't necessarily think it's offensive line, but that could be one. I don't think it's wide receiver either, just because we have Pearsall and Ayuk waiting in the wings. It might be defensive end or defensive tackle or linebacker. I think somewhere in the front seven is probably the best pick. Corners, I think, are okay. Safeties, Also, okay, Ronnie Lott would just be fucking crazy to bring back. The problem with Ronnie Lott is he would get way too many penalties. I think he would just be flying. He wouldn't know how to play, and he would just get thrown out of the game first play of the game. Charles Haley, that's a really good pick. I think Brian sniped it. I think I would bring back prime Alden Smith and just take away all his guns and alcohol so he can actually play with us for a little while. But prime Alden Smith would be the perfect player right now, considering Bryce Huff is out, Nick Bosa's out, all of these different injuries on defense specifically. Oh my goodness, dude. He was so unbelievably good. Can I watch highlights of his somehow? Let's see. Like, what if I did? Okay. Like, would they get me if I watch something by Mike P? No copyright infringement is intended. Should I try it? Here's what I'm looking at for reference. We ball. Like, this is clearly NFL's broadcast, but it's not uploaded by them. I guess we try it. In worst case, I can just come back like I've been doing. I don't know. I need someone to vote. Don't play Alden. I don't want to cry. You guys vote. Should I do it or should I not do it? Let's start a poll. Oops. Vote in that poll. Just smashing yes. Oh my God. You guys just wanted... You guys just trying to get me banned. Whatever. It's worth it. Pause this fucking music. I don't even think it's gonna be that HD, but here we are. Wow. Wow. We got to turn that off. Hang on. That caught me off guard. So I guess we will turn my music back on, even though it's awfully quiet in the background. I don't even like what's playing. Play some jazz. Okay. Someone let me know if it gets screwed over. Here we are. Alden frickin' Smith. He was so special, dude. He was so special. Wait, double whammy copyright? Did I get it? Did I get got? No, I didn't get got. Let's see. You're in a wingspan or unstoppable. No, I didn't get got. I didn't get got. Yeah. Okay. Ahmad Brooks. Dude, I love the Ahmad Brooks. Be kind. Look at Alden Smith. He was just so long. Like, he was so just... His wingspan was probably 7 feet. And he was tall. And he could stay low to the ground. He had great bend. He was fast. He could do everything that a good defensive end was supposed to be able to do. And then he just beefed it, man. He had to go on and beef it. Alden with the jazz, baby. Is that... Can you even hear it? I feel like I can't hear it like at all, but... Might be too loud for some of you. Justin and Alden were something different. They really were, man. These guys, this whole defense was just special, man. That Super Bowl defense. Ugh. It just kills me what knowing like what could have been with him. Like, he was still great, but we had what, 1, 2, 3 seasons. Aaron Hernandez, I didn't even notice that. The Harbor Days were something special. They really were, man. They really were. Damn, stream looks pretty crispy. I'm checking on my phone. Looks nice. Hydrate, boys. Hydrate. Took us out of irrelevance. He really did. I wish Harbaugh never left, but front office gonna front office. Oh, Cam, what up? I didn't even see that was you that said that. Thanks for joining, bro. Yeah, man. This whole defense, holy shit. With Fred and Navarro Bowman back there. Whoa. Did you just hear that? My throat just made a noise. Balky took bulky beef. Yep, it really did. Damn, dude. Just thinking what could have been. Sitting here sad as hell now. So this is good to know that we can watch like highlights if it isn't on the NFL's channel, potentially. I don't know. I don't know how that works. He just got to the quarterback so fast and was relentless. Was a Hall of Famer, man. Beating the Rams 26. Look at that celebration. Running to the bench as fast as you can, just sitting down. Catching your breath. That's awesome. That is awesome. Damn. Damn. But yeah, man, the Niners need to sign at the end. Pretty bad. I'll one up you. Willis and Fred. Can you imagine if they played together? Who would be the Mike? Probably Willis. All right, let's go see what Twitter's talking about. Let's go explore. Make that a little bigger for you guys. No tryouts for the Niners today. Sunday felt like an old school Kyle Shanahan game. Oh, this is what we were just watching. Oh, the Warriors. Right. Someone asked if I trade with the Kings. Right? Was that what you guys were talking about? Trade Kuminga to the Kings? Who would I want in return? Honestly, no idea. I wouldn't even know where to begin. But if there's a way we could get Sabonis, that would be a bonus. Goldson and Hitler. Oh my God. All right, we're going to try that again. Goldson and Hittner just sprinting to the line to take heads off. Wow. I got it. I got to take a lap. Oh boy. Well. That's so funny. No, that was on me. That was on me, not you. 100%. Go Dubs, baby. Yeah, big game tonight, dude. Little Warriors action tonight. That's what I wanted to talk about. There's this guy named Will Richard. What up, Dominic? One of them did do sprinting in the dead winter, though. Goldson was my favorite person. Yeah, absolutely. There's this guy who was drafted out of Florida, and his name is Will Richard. And the guys love him. Pause this. Turn that up. Hopefully you can hear that.
Good pass, Dre. Great cut, Will. That kid's pretty good. Yeah, Will. The other night, all these cuts, he totally knows.
Audio is so low.
Yeah, it's exciting. No, Will gonna be good. Nah, he's good. Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, if Jimmy Buckets is saying that this guy's going to be good, I think he's going to be good too. And I'm really excited to watch him tonight against the Lakers. I think LeBron is out for a while with like bronchitis. Definitely not bronchitis, but he got something going on. Yeah, dude, this guy. Nah.
Show off a little bit there, rookie. Will Richard already has the moving without the ball thing down, and Pryor's going to
Excited to see this guy ball. And he's wearing number 3, which really excites me because that was Jordan Poole when he was good with the Warriors. It was also number 3. Pat Spencer, dude, I forgot about that guy. He's so sick. The lacrosse god. Dude, he can shoot, he can drive. First time LeBron missing the first game of the season. That's insane. That's actually insane. The first time in his career he's missing the first game of the season. Wow. Anyway, I'm really excited about this guy. Got a lot of notifications. What's going on here? What's this guy doing? What? Do you guys see this, though? This is probably going to get me banned. Do you see this play by Trent Williams? Watch this. He goes, kaploink. And that was against James Pierce. James Pierce is a 6'5", 250, 260 pound defensive end who wears number 27. That also threw me off. But you don't see 37-year-old offensive linemen moving like that and making those plays. Trent blowing up defenders. Yeah, man. He's so good. So good. People thought he was already washed, but he ain't. James Pierce, also with the Tennessee. Well, what should we do, boys? I wanted to go until like 6 today, but I don't know what to talk about because I can't watch any freaking highlights. Going to the Niners games this year? Yeah, I go to every home game. I just missed one this past weekend because I had a freaking fever, which was whack. But what are you gonna do? Can't beat the fever. Cannot beat the fever. But yeah, man, Niners play the Texans coming up next. I just don't think the Texans are very good. I don't think they're very good at all. We talked about it. Their defense is really good. But like Stroud is just so bad. He was throwing picks. He was overthrowing passes. He was underthrowing passes. He took a safety, I think, and they didn't call it or whatever that was. Mr. Great One, sorry you're sick. I know, man. It's going to haunt me forever. That was one of the sickest games, dude. Seeing Christian McCaffrey go off like that. Whatever. Who's a Niners player you like that wasn't very good? Oh, this is what we can do. We can go back through my old videos because I talk about this actually in one of my videos, this exact topic. And if anyone can guess who it is, you may have seen the video a while ago, but if you can guess who it is, I'll give you something. I don't know. He was a player. Ah, fuck it. We'll just watch it. I'm already here anyway. Okay, you ready? Brandon Lloyd. I bet you a lot of you guys don't know who that is, but he changed football for me. He's the guy that made me literally fall in love with the game. I mean, I always loved playing and watching, but he's the guy that like flipped the switch for me. He made me obsessed with it. Not a household name, not a superstar, but dude, he was insane. He would constantly make these physics-defying catches, and he made them look routine. And the thing about him is he was doing it before it was like the cool thing to do. He was basically the original OBJ. And I feel like not enough people talk about him. So I wanted to change that because he was dope, as you can see. That's it. I just thought he was cool, and he changed how I look at football. So thank you. Brandon. Wow, I agree with that guy. I should follow him. Pretty good. It is Brandon Lloyd, man. He was the OBJ before OBJ, but like potentially better. I wonder who has better stats. Probably Odell Beckham. What do you think? Who do you think has the better career stats? Brandon Lloyd or Odell Beckham Jr.? Odell Beckham played 10 seasons. I think it said he played, what did it say, 11, 10? 85 is a dog number. Yeah. Lloyd had a nice career with the Pats. I think he had one really good year with the Broncos. All right, let's check. Oh, wow. It's not even really that close. Odell Beckham has him in almost everything except games. So he has better stats in less games played. All right, Dylan, you were way off, baby. What else is new? Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Could watch this video.
Christian McCaffrey might actually be the best football.
It's not pausing. This is my video this week. I don't know, again, if it's going to get me banned, whatever. How many years did Lloyd play? I think it was, what did it just say? We're just looking at it. 11? 12?
Christian McCaffrey might actually be the best football player on the planet because what he did last night has never been done before. Literally. Per Opta stats, Christian McCaffrey last night had more rushing yards than all other players on both teams combined. He led all players on both teams in receiving yards, and he scored more points than the entire opposing team. That makes him the first player in the Super Bowl era to do all of that in the same game, which is absolutely insane.
Did you guys know that? That he was the first player ever to do that? More rushing yards combined than any other player in the game. He had more receiving yards than anyone in the game, and he scored more points than the entire opposing team. He's the first player ever to do that. You look exactly like him. I know. That guy's super handsome. First player to ever do that. And last night, Jahmyr Gibbs was 4 yards away from doing that again. How crazy is that? He's the first one to do that in 50 whatever years, however long the Super Bowl has been going. And then the very next day, Jahmyr Gibbs outrushes everybody. He outscores the opposing team, but he had 4 less receiving yards than, I think it was St. Brown. How crazy is that? Almost did it.
But I do think George Kittle's return had a lot to do with that. Even in a game with only 2 targets and 0 receptions, his presence and blocking alone means everything. When he was on the field, the 49ers averaged 5.4 yards per carry. When
I recorded this video, I was still feeling pretty shitty. This video took everything I had. To record it, to set up the studio, and to edit it, it was just, I felt like I was dying. But I made the video anyway, and here we are. And I don't like a lot of how I sounded, how I recorded, whatever, but it performed all right, I guess.
he was off the field, the 49ers averaged 2 yards per carry. That's pretty significant. But it was by no means just the offense that helped the 49ers defeat the Falcons 20-10.
No, what was it?
The defense was flying around the field playing aggressive, smart, complementary football all night. Tatum Bethune was phenomenal and filled in nicely in Fred Warner's absence. Bryce Huff and Samuel Kawanu both generated 5 pressures and recorded a sack.
God, I'm so bummed that Bryce is out.
His unit became the first defense all season to hold Bijan Robinson to less than 100 total scrimmage yards. That's a pretty big deal. Next game is this Sunday against the Texans in Houston, and we should have Purdy and Pierce all back.
I think they're going to blow them out of the water.
We blow those guys out of the water. Go Niners, and consider following the channel. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Christian McCaffrey.
Anyway, I know I can watch those videos because those won't get me banned. A lot of people keep saying that the Niners are going to trade for Max Crosby, and I just don't think it's going to happen. No way. I don't know who's more impactful, Kittle or CMC. I mean, I think it's got to be Christian McCaffrey because we've seen what he's done even with Kittle out. But when you combine the two, dude, oh my goodness. There was a hit Mustafa had that you could clearly hear, and I jumped out of my seat so fast. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was on Tyler Algier, and it took him out of the game. I would pull it up, but I'd probably get executed by the NFL. I get my head chopped off. So annoyed by that. Got to figure that out. But like I said, this is good. It's good to know. Since Max has signed a deal with the Raiders, you don't think the Texans keep a close? Wait. You don't think Texans keep it close? No, I don't think the Texans keep it close. I think we win by like 2 scores. Since Max has already signed a deal with the Raiders. Right, exactly. Someone else could pick up that contract if he was traded, but I mean, that's a huge contract to take on. I've seen 2026 first and fourth, 27 first and fifth, plus JJ for Crosby. See, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that for Crosby. That is so much draft capital. And you're getting rid of JJ, who, like, you know, I do love JJ and I want him to do super well this year, but I don't think he's going to be here next year. So, like, we could dish him. That's fine. See, you would make that deal, but then what happens when Crosby gets hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, then you just lose all of that. And I don't think Crosby's impact is worth that much. That's a crazy amount to give up for him. Fuck it, Crosby for Bosa and assets? Nah. Nah. No. Thank you again for all you guys that are here right now. I do really appreciate it. I just wish I had more things that weren't relying on videos. But I feel like there are things we can do still. There are definitely things we can do. And I want to be here for a little bit longer because I'm having fun. And I hope you guys are having fun too. And the more active you guys are in chat, the easier it makes for me to just do this, I guess, in general. So thank you again. Oh, here's something. Whoa. Holy shit, that was loud. The Giants have compiled the 12 nastiest strikeouts in 2025. Here we go.
Just for a walk.
Nasty.
And here you got him on 3. Got him.
Randy Rodriguez, can't wait for him to come back.
Got him. The
Nasty.
break on his curveball and
Verlander
his
still
slider
got
are
it.
Straight down bite. And the Cardinals. That is called strike 3.
Oh my.
Yes, he got him.
Kaiway.
Right here, you can see the 2-seam movement.
Now the pitch.
Ryan Walker, what a disappointment.
And he threw him the sinker. And he got a little extra at 97.
You love talking sports? I love talking sports too, man.
Got him again.
First Niners jersey I ever got. What player was it?
Got him.
I don't think Robbie Ray could throw a slider any better than that.
I think it was Alex Smith.
Got him.
Set an outside target, started outside corner, and let it explode away.
I think it was Alex Smith.
Strike 3 call.
It was like my favorite jersey ever.
Pitch.
Fantastic breaking ball. Goes all the way across the zone.
Got him.
Beautiful. Challenge gas. Special arm we're watching.
Corners.
Oh my God.
Outside and
What a terrible swing.
Gonna miss. And that'll end the inning.
Steve Young was yours when you were 4. It's a good jersey to have. I feel like I had a Jerry Rice one too, but I think I got that after Alex Smith. I remember it so clearly. I went to the store with my mom and I got an Alex Smith. I got a Donovan McNabb. I got a LaDainian Tomlinson. And there was one else. I think it may have been like a Raiders Jerry Rice. It was just like a bunch of players when I was young, and I love football so much. Obviously, I was still a Niners fan, but I was like, dude, I love these players. Got to have it. And I did. I went and got those 4 jerseys from like Kohl's or something. They were not real jerseys. What's that first blank back one? Yeah. Maybe I bring back that gaming series that I did. I did it last year. I played NCAA with the 49ers draft picks. I imported them. First NFL was Dan Marino. Dan Marino. Boy, was he great. This is insane. Christian McCaffrey is leading actual wide receivers in slot receiving yards per route run. This is nuts, dude. A running back should not be doing this. It's fall. When are you going to discuss the pressing issue that is the pink lady apple is the goat of all apples, and not many people know about it, coming from the master of fall apples? Now here's something we're going to talk about for a little bit. What was it? The pink lady? That's just a beautiful looking apple right there. Let's see what the internet says. What is the best apple? The best apples to eat out of hand. The pink lady's not even mentioned. This feels like a sham. The golden delicious, no shot, that's the best one. A Honeycrisp? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing a Honeycrisp. Just in the name. Sounds delicious. Let's actually open that in a new tab. The Sweet Tango, I feel like that's fake. That's the issue. No one's talking about the pink lady, and now I'm pissed off just like Cameron is. The disrespect. Pink lady shits on Honeycrisp and Fuji. All right, now I'm starting to get a little pissed off. Why is no one talking about the pink lady? The Fuji, can't sleep on the Fuji. The Fuji is a good apple. The Granny Smith is a fantastic apple. It has its place. It has its time. The Gala, the Macintosh, and the Pizzazz, get the fuck out of my face. Those are not real apples. I've never seen one in my life. What else do people say? Oh, here's a good... This is the content people come here for. I almost guarantee it. A Gravenstein? Is that an apple? A Gravenstein? The Red Delicious, classic one you give to your teacher. Pink Lady is a perfect combo of sweet, tart, and crisp. I might have to tell my wife to bring me an apple right now. I'm not even joking. Red Delicious, like I said, that's the one you give to your teacher because it's got the good shape. It's got the good form. It sits on a desk well. Sabermetrics for apples. We need sabermetrics for apples. Fuji, I think, is a fantastic apple. I already said that. I think it's a fantastic apple. Great. The Gala, I think, is fake. The Granny Smith, I think, is fantastic as well. It's just, there's a specific day and time for the Granny Smith. It's a little sour. It's got great snap to it, but all apples better have a good snap. You know what I'm saying? Come for the Niners, stay for the apples. Yeah, we're taking a deep dive into freaking apples right now. I don't even care. The Honeycrisp, I don't think it's better than Pink Lady. Golden Delicious. No, dude, that's what I'm looking like right there. See that face? The Pink Lady, founded in Australia in 1973. It's got hard eyes. It's got There's 30,000 varieties of apples. We might be here all freaking day, ladies and gentlemen. I need to take a walk. We might be talking about apples for the next 36 hours. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. I don't even want to get started on the Brayburn apple. I don't think it's real. No. Ambrosia, Jonah Gold, Jazz Envy, Cortland McCown, Macintosh. What is that monstrosity? What is this monstrosity right there? Right above my head. Right there. Someone tell me they've eaten that. That's a pumpkin. That's a pumpkin. That is not an apple, folks. Anyway. Tell me, Thanksgiving right around the corner. Apple, pumpkin, or pecan pie. Give me pumpkin all day. I could eat pumpkin pie every day. Wow, who'd have thought that apples would get me so hyped? Anyway. Thank you, Cam, for bringing that to the table. That is an apple. Oh. This TwitchCon drama, I don't know if anyone's following that, but it's kind of crazy.
Here comes the pressure.
Chase Lucas, man.
They really in the cage backside, man. Hey, flat 7. Hey, flat 7. I know you felt this. I seen it. I'm like, I'm going to run after as soon as you felt this. That's why we here. They need us. 826. Good execution on the can. That's what got us.
He had a great game, dude. Honestly. You dislike Penix? I get it. Everyone has their likes and dislikes. I think Penix is pretty decent, though. Oh, we watched that. Russell Wilson responds to Sean Payton's comments about the Giants making a quarterback change. Payton, we were hoping the quarterback change from Russell Dart would have happened long after I... Oh, that's funny. Why is that classless? He's just being honest. Chase Lucas went off. Chase did go off. Power 17. Pull the guard. Right to the mic. This is what they were running all game. 49ers. Ugh. Where's Kittle on this block? Oh, watch Kittle here. He's right above me, right on the right side of the screen. Let's see the impact he makes. Yeah, bad example. Bad example. I don't think he blocked anybody, but we're going to keep it moving. As an Oregon fan, I've been disliking Penix. I get it. I'm also an Oregon fan, and my little brother went to Washington. Russ is washed. I saw a thing saying that if anyone played themselves... I saw that too. And I think it's a very interesting take. And I think it was Richard Sherman that brought it up. No. Who was that? Someone brought up that if anyone's playing themselves out of a Hall of Fame career, it's Russell Wilson, and it makes a lot of sense. Since he left the Seahawks, since they got rid of the superstars they had there in the Legion of Doom or Legion of Boom, he's been average at best, if not bad. And that's a shame. That's a shame. Russ needs to retire and enjoy his life living dangerously and eating Subway. Hey, not a bad way to live, if I'm being honest. Stanford is so back. I was watching that game, man. That game ended at like 11:30 or whatever. But Stanford beat Florida State. Here's the thing. Stanford beat Florida State. Florida State beat beat Alabama. Does that mean Stanford is better than Alabama? Is Stanford the best team in the country? Guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Oh yeah, do you guys see this? That Ray McCloud was released from the Falcons after all this shit. Demo was talking shit, of course. Obviously, Demo does what he does. Bama ain't Bama, DeBoer's trash. I disagree. I think Bama is quite good. I think Ty Simpson's the real deal. NBA on NBC is back. This will for sure get me banned. Oh, I forgot that Russ played for Sean Payton for that brief period of time. Interesting. What did Ray do? Ray just tweeted something about like, hey, Falcons, go take care of business over there. You know what I mean? Because Ray played for the Niners and now he's on the Falcons, or he was on the Falcons. And exactly. He said that, go handle it. Go handle the Niners. And Demo started chirping back and the Niners won. And now Ray got released. So it's kind of a bad week for the kid. Bad week. Drama llama. Dude, these don't look like my rankings. You love Demo? I love Demo, bro. He's so good. These do not look like my rankings. Colts, Lions. Colts are good. Lions are good. Rams are too high. Packers too low. Broncos too high. Eagles are perfect. Bucks are fine. Chiefs are too low. Seahawks are probably good. Patriots are probably good. Bills are too low. Steelers are fine. Jags are fine. Niners are too low. Bears are too high. Falcons right around good. Chargers I think are a little too low. Panthers fine. Cowboys are too low. Vikings too low. Bengals are perfect. Commanders are too low. Texans are probably fine. Giants, Ravens, Browns. Browns are too high. Everything else is pretty much fine. That's what I'm saying. The Niners are not the 14th best team in the NFL. The Niners are better than the Jags. Even though we lost, I get it. Chill out. We lost to the Jags, but I think we're better. I don't know if we're better than the Bills. I want to say we are. We beat the Seahawks already. I think we're better than the Patriots. Chiefs, who knows? The Bucks, sure, you can put us below it because we just lost, but that was back-to-back road games. Still don't have our starter. A lot of injuries, whatever. Second, we drafted Lenore. You knew he was a dog. Yeah. He's sick. I think we have a chance beating the Eagles. I think we beat the Broncos for sure. Packers, maybe not. Rams, we already beat them. Lions, probably not. Colts, probably not. I think the Niners are right around 5, or should be right around 5. But what are you going to do, man? Who gives a fuck about these power rankings? Just go win ball games. What is that?
What's going on here?
Doesn't sound good. Oh my. Jeez. What is Miller Park? All right, what should we do, boys? Or ladies, I don't know. I'm so annoyed that the NFL said I can't watch. That's what I thought. I thought it was Brewer Stadium 2. Wasn't sure. I'm so annoyed that the NFL said I can't watch their shit. $34 on toy. Dude, the Niners shutting down Bijan was so exciting. It was so exciting. What is this? AI is scary, man. This is obviously fake ass AI, but you just got to think about the older generation, dude. It's so easy to get them. Sad. Tony Vitello told the baseball team after the scrimmage that he has not made a decision yet and does not know what he's going to do. I mean, I'd be torn too. You just won a championship with them 2 years ago. Damn. Chris Saleh actually wants to take another head coaching job. I hope he doesn't. Kuminga starting tonight? He should be starting tonight. I hope Saleh doesn't take a starting job, not only because I want him with the Niners, but I think he's just not meant to be a head coach. I'm happy we have his replacement in the building. So with Gus Bradley. Yeah, it is pretty crazy how many hamstring pulls we have. That's suspicious. That is a little bit suspicious. I don't know, man. Dub Nation, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Look at pods, bro. Where is he? Where's my guy? Oh, right here. Will Richard. The hamstring pull is all on the strength and conditioning staff. See, I just don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I want to say, yeah, like, yeah, it is. It's obvious. But at the same time, like, how are we just going to blame every single injury on the strength and conditioning coach? The hamstring pulls, yeah, maybe. Maybe that is. But I just don't know. And I don't know enough about it to really have an opinion on it. And I think a lot of other people don't either. Like, they don't know. It's just like they're kind of assuming that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, dude. Are they not hydrated? I don't know, but that's a good reminder. Ah. Yeah, the non-contact stuff, it just happens, dude. And the Niners are just on the wrong end of the stick, you know? It's a shame. All right, I want to do like a segment somehow. What's like a segment we can do? That's what I need to better prepare for when I go live next Friday. Do like a segment that won't get me banned. There's research for hammy pulls being related to poor physical preparedness. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Not even close. Shohei's fantastic. He's a unicorn, but the greatness and longevity of Barry Bonds, it's really not even close. Bonds is the greatest of all time. Oh, that's why you mentioned it, because they were leaning on starting coming in instead of Al Horford. Segment idea, the wild Barry Bonds stats. I made a video on that a long time ago, actually. Shall we watch? Posted it a few times, actually, I think, on this channel.
Barry Bonds wasn't just great. He was so dominant that he actually broke the game of baseball. Between 2001 and 2004, Barry Bonds not only hit .349 with 209 home runs and a 47.3 WAR, he was intentionally walked 284 times, which is more than any entire team during that stretch. He was so
nuts. That's nuts. People don't really take into account the walks of Barry Bonds. It's, yeah.
So feared in the box that pitchers literally gave up and stopped pitching to him. And he wasn't just feared for those 4 seasons. No, this was Barry Bonds for his entire career. He had 10 seasons with at least 30 intentional walks. No one else in the history of the game has more than 3 seasons with 30 intentional walks. And listen, teams were right to be scared of Barry Bonds because when pitchers actually challenged him, they lost. Take Randy Johnson, for example, one of the most feared lefties ever. Over his career, Johnson held left-handed hitters to a 199 average, a 278 on-base percentage.
Randy Johnson, I think, is the greatest pitcher of all time, by the way. Just gotta let that little nugget sink in.
And a 294 slugging percentage, which is insane. But with Barry Bonds, it was a very different story. In 62 plate appearances against Randy Johnson, he hit .306 with a 452 on-base percentage and a 551 slugging percentage.
It's not even a small
normal
sample size either.
Wasn't just good with the wood though. His legs were elite. He is the only player in history with 500 home runs and 500 stolen bases. No other player in history is over 350 in both categories. Let that sink in. And the final stat,
let that sink in
the 12,606 plate appearances in the career of
Kyler Murray's uncle was batting when Randy hit the bird. No, that's a little fun fact, huh?
Barry
Didn't know
Bonds, 26.3% of those either ended in a home run or a walk. 1 in every 4 times Barry Bonds stepped up to the plate, the pitcher either got taken deep or gave up entirely. That isn't just dominance. That is something baseball has never seen before and will never see again. Barry Bonds is and forever will be the greatest player of all time. Go Giants.
Let him know. Who is this guy? This guy's great. Now here's a guy who knows ball. Anyway, we're kind of getting lost here. See if there's anything else interesting to talk about. Predict the score of the Warriors versus Lakers opening night to win $1,000. What do we think, chat? $107.93 dubs. I take that. Take that in a heartbeat. This is interesting. NFL's expected points on special teams. The Niners are actually in the green. Usually, we are way down here. If you looked at them last year, I think they were actually 32nd. That's a big jump. It's a big jump. Jets are making Jeremiah Johnson available in trade talks, and he could be dealt before the month's trade deadline. Be nice. Could definitely help the 49ers. Jimmy and Buddy are so funny. Dude, Eddie Pinheiro, I was talking about it earlier. It makes such a difference having a kicker that you're actually confident in. Anyway. Well, I think I might wrap things up right about here. Kind of running out of things to talk about. I'm so annoyed that the NFL did that and they suspended my stream. Like right in the beginning too, when people were starting to join. What the fuck's up with that? But anyway. Feels like a pretty natural spot to end it. I'm going to try to be live again on Friday, probably around the same time. I'll ping Instagram and Discord. If you're not in Discord, join. If you're not following Instagram, make sure to follow. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you can. It means a lot to me. Let's turn this jazz up for the outro. Thank you all for joining. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm going to try to do this more often. Like I said, I'm going to get better and kind of figure out what is and isn't allowed and have more segment related stuff. Maybe get some people on here, do some interviews or go into my Discord and talk to my community directly. Who knows? But thank you all. I appreciate you. This was fun. Quadfather, Young Doms, Nikki, Cam, Ken, a bunch of other people came through. Red and Gold Empire. Everyone that came through, man, you guys made it. You made it a really fun time. And when you guys talk, it makes it so much more engaging and fun and active for me. So appreciate it. Tomorrow I'm probably going to edit down some of this and see if there's any clips and stuff, but I'll make another video on Thursday at least and then go live Friday. So anyway, join the Discord and stuff. In the meantime, call your parents if you're lucky enough to still have them. Eat your vegetables and have a wonderful day.